The phrase postnatal depression is no longer a scary concept. It is a common feeling for men and women and should be taken seriously. We are chatting with a child and family health nurse from Tresillian about seeking help and being helpful. You hear the phrase postnatal depression thrown around a lot. How common is it? What does it look like from the outside? I mean, we know what it feels like.
Yeah,
What does
it is.
look
It
like?
is actually very common
Yep.
in men and women.
Men and women?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
1 in 5 women may experience postnatal depression
To varying degrees.
to varying degrees,
Yes.
and things. There's no cause. There's no one identifying factor in it. It's usually a combination of things. Certainly, sleep deprivation is a big impact.
Yes.
Yeah, and what actually is seen as depression is actually a sleep deprivation consequence. So
Yes.
things like if you have had depression in the past, then you have a higher chance that you would get postnatal depression. But it's also about parents commonly do things like renovate and move houses with
Right at
lung
the time.
babies or when they're just having a baby. So
Yes.
they're very stressful events. So any stressful event,
Yes.
adds to the load.
And then introduce a brand new person into your life
Yeah.
who doesn't
Who
know the
just-
rules that
that's
everybody
right.
sleeps at night,
Yeah, and if you, so your expectation, what you're saying, expectations are
Yes.
really a big part of I think this journey, a parenting journey as well, and understanding where your child is at and what they're capable of, and then matching your expectations as much as possible to that stage.
And chatting at playgroups and things is all very well, and it's lovely to have those connections. But when you start comparing, such and such is doing 12 hours, and this, and you start going, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So there's that comparison does happen, doesn't it? And then perhaps the child who's actually doing appropriate things is actually the one the parent thinks that their child's not meeting what everyone else is doing.
Yes.
So there are some children who sleep all night, but they're a rarity really at a very young age.
Yes,
and if the
yes.
child is doing it because that's their need, that's fine, isn't it? You can follow that.
Absolutely.
Follow that lead. I think children are waiting for us to follow their lead. They do know what they need, and so it's understanding and understanding that communication with your child, baby, even a young baby or an older child,
Yes.
and understanding what they're needing.
If you find yourself down more often than not, if you're not enjoying your child and need help, please ask. If you're a partner and you see your other half dramatically down and not coping, please seek help on their behalf. It doesn't have to stay hard.